Coming up, the primary election is only a day away. We will hear from some of the candidates running for Kentucky's governor. The controversy about abortion in all the states passing legislation to make it basically illegal is heating up. We'll have reaction. And some music groups came together yesterday to raise money for a local animal shelter.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6:32 on Monday, May the 20th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning into Mountain News This Morning. It's going to be a scorcher towards the end of this week, but soak in today and Tuesday because they're going to be pretty nice. Let's bring Brandon in this morning, who will give you a better breakdown of what to expect as this week moves on. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning, and things are pretty dry but dreary for now. Let's take a look at Line Pinpoint Doppler radar. A couple of stray showers across parts of the region, but again, nothing major going on this morning. Temperatures in the 70s in the eastern counties where the cold front has not made it through, but in the 50s in central Kentucky there to Lexington, Danville, and some low to mid 60s there across parts of Lake Cumberland. Weather out forecast for you today. You see mostly cloudy skies for a while. The showers will start to diminish, and then we'll get partly cloudy by this afternoon as temperatures clear. Skies clear out. The temperatures will go up into the upper 70s. Rest of the forecast on the way here in just a few minutes. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, with less than 24 hours to go until the polls open, candidates for state offices are taking their message across the state. That is especially the case in the governor's race. House Minority Leader Rodkey Atkins continued his gubernatorial campaign with a stop in Bowling Green Saturday. He talked about his bid, saying in recent weeks he has felt it picking up momentum. Atkins says his hope is to create a strong economy for rural Kentucky through aerospace manufacturing.
Now somebody needs to stand up and fight for working families, and we've carried that across Kentucky, and the message that we're carrying comes also with people understanding that my years of service in the General Assembly has helped me develop really a seasoned experience and a proven leadership.
Atkins has served in the House of Representatives for 32 years. Meanwhile, current Attorney General Democrat Andy Beshear was also in South Central Kentucky this weekend on his campaign for governor. Saturday at Spencer's Coffee in Bowling Green. Love that place. He talked about bringing affordable health care to the state, fixing the state's pension system, and tackling the drug epidemic. Beshear says the state needs a governor who is not afraid to stand up for Kentuckians.
Well, I think that what sets me apart from my opponents is talk versus action. Everybody will talk about health care, but I'm actually fighting for it in 3 national lawsuits, trying to prevent the government from tearing away coverage for pre-existing conditions. I'm the only candidate in a Democratic primary that has a health care plan out there.
Now, along with Atkins, Beshear also faces former Auditor Adam Edlin and Jeff Young in tomorrow's Democratic primary. Now, even with big races on the ballot, some Kentuckians won't even bother with the polls. Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes says only about 12.5% of registered voters will cast their ballot Tuesday.
A little over 400,000 folks out of 3.4 million.
Her office uses absentee ballot totals as an indicator of turnout on Election Day. She says the state's number of registered voters is above average, but they cannot have their voices heard if they don't vote. Polls are open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow. Dozens of abortion rights advocates are preparing a national protest Tuesday. This comes after recently passed state bills that ban most abortions. John Lawrence reports.
Demonstrations throughout Alabama this weekend.
We've only just begun.
This days after the state enacted the strictest anti-abortion law in the country.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, abortion ban has got to go.
The Alabama law prohibits all abortions except when the woman's life is at risk or the presence of a lethal fetal anomaly. It does not include exceptions for incest and rape. More than a dozen states have either passed or considered measures to restrict abortion this year. Missouri Governor Mike Parson is set to sign an 8-week abortion bill into law.
I believe in the pro-life side of the issue, and I'm going to sign the bill.
Not all Republicans are on board with these laws.
I'm pro-life, but there ought to be exceptions for rape and incest and where the life of the mother is at risk.
President Trump said the same thing in a weekend tweet, saying his stance on the issue is similar to the one taken by former President Ronald Reagan.
polling from Perry Undum that says that 53% of Republicans do not want Roe v. Wade to be overturned. But this is a matter of a small minority that is deeply passionate about this, has very strong beliefs that abortion should be illegal.
The ACLU, which supports abortion rights, says it'll sue to make sure none of those laws ever go into effect. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Now, later this week, Louisiana is expected to see a final vote on SB 184, a so-called heartbeat bill that has already been approved by the Senate. Let's get to some local news. Deputies say a Claiborne County man is accused of killing his father. Daniel Eli was charged with criminal homicide after allegedly shooting his dad on Friday night. A motive is not known at this time. Police ask if you know where Eli might be to call them. Meanwhile, a woman who was shot Sunday morning in Leslie County. Kentucky State Police tell us she was flown to UK Medical Center. We do not know her name or the extent of her injuries. We will continue to update this story as we get more information. At least 17 people are hurt after a roadside bomb hit a tourist bus near the Giza pyramids on Sunday. Officials say the bus was traveling on a road close to the construction site of the Grand Egyptian Museum, which is located next to the Giza pyramids, but it is not yet open to tourists. The bus was carrying at least 25 people, mostly from South Africa. 5 people were killed during a plane crash near the Honduran island of Roatan on Saturday. The incident happened as the small plane registered to someone in the United States was departing from the airport. 4 of the 5 individuals killed were United States citizens. The Navy, National Police, and firefighters recovered 4 bodies and another individual who was taken to a local hospital but later died from his injuries. No word on what caused the crash. A mini music festival was held right here in the mountains yesterday. The Floyd County Community Foundation hosted the Sunnyside Mountain Jam at the Jenny Wiley Amphitheater. Many people came out to enjoy the good old country music. All of the proceeds from the event went to the Floyd County Animal Shelter.
We're focusing on the Floyd County Animal Shelter, which has been in existence for a long time and do a wonderful job taking care of animals. But they need some things there. They actually need a new building if we can help them get that.
For more information on how you can donate to the animal shelter, just log on to our website at WYMT.com. In health news, a new cancer study made headlines late last week. Researchers found that a low-fat diet helps reduce the risk of dying from breast cancer. The findings of their big long-term study could have life-changing results. CBS's Dr. Tara Narula has the details.
Tali Lando, a pediatric ear, nose, and throat surgeon, was diagnosed with an advanced breast cancer 5 years ago when she was 37 years old.
The reality for me changed. I mean, I am still here today, so that's the good news.
After surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation, Lando completely changed her diet.
It could have a significant impact on my long-term health.
New data shows that impact is real. Women who followed a balanced, low-fat diet had a 21% lower risk of death from breast cancer and a 15% lower risk of death from any cause compared to women not on a low-fat diet.
We actually have information that is hardcore.
Dr. Donna Marie Manassi is chief of breast surgery at Maimonides Medical Center.
You have to decrease your fatty intake if you actively want to be positively affecting your survival from this disease. It's almost like a license to give a prescription now to see a nutritionist and to change your diet.
The 20-year study followed nearly 49,000 postmenopausal women who did not have breast cancer when they enrolled. One group adopted a lower-fat diet with daily servings of fruits, vegetables, and grains, and cut fat intake to about 25% of total calories. The control group continued their normal diet, with fat accounting for about a third of total calories.
These actually aren't hard things to do. I think the difficulty comes in what the availability is of these items in the house or in the home.
You can't change your genetics and you can't change the reality of the tumor you were diagnosed with, but you can only control certain things, and this is a big one, diet.
The study suggests that dietary changes don't have to be drastic to have a lasting impact. Dr. Tara Narula, CBS News, New York.
Well, your time is now 6:41, and the weekend was nice. It was a little bit warm. Monday and Tuesday of this week should be just a little bit cooler than we were this weekend. But after Tuesday, that mercury skyrockets. Brandon's ready for us now, so let's send it on over to him. Brandon?
Yeah, you're right. And we're going to see again a little bit of rain, spotty showers this morning across parts of the area. Don't worry about it. It shouldn't slow you down too much. No fog, just a little bit of the rain with that cold front coming through. It's not quite made it all the way through, but you can see the difference there. 50s and 60s in parts of central Kentucky, still 70s across the area down this way. State View, again, much cooler air indicated by the lighter greens, and then, of course, the warmer air in the south. We see the outdoor forecast. We are going to see again possibility for a few scattered stray showers this morning. Let's say stray showers this morning, and the sky is clear. We'll get back into the upper 70s later today. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, in just a bit, we will have stories trending on WYMT.com. Thank you for joining us right here on Mountain News this morning.